chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I'm working miracles. I live a life of favor. Oh, I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I'm working miracles. I live a life of favor. For I know who I am. We are a chosen God. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I walk in miracles. I live a life of favor. For I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I walk in miracles. I live a life of favor. For I know who I am. Everybody shout.
Hello, everyone. God bless you as you tune in tonight. This is Let's Believe on Part2 Radio 109.2 FM. My name is Jummy Opedare. I'm your host. I'm so delighted to be here this evening again by His grace. Thank you for tuning in every week. All our listeners all over the world, we really appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you, and I believe that you'll be blessed because you have done so tonight. God bless you. Let's Believe talks about practical issues that affects our lives, and we try as much as possible to bring practical solutions and spiritual solutions to these issues. And that is why we want to be real with ourselves and ask the questions that we don't often ask, or we don't have people that will answer them for us. And we have been asking these questions in our minds. Thank God for this forum that you are able to bring these questions to the air. And God has been helping us to treat different topics. Tonight, I have the privilege to have in the house with me Princess Iyabo Oyekon. You are welcome, my sister.
Thank you for having me, Pastor Jimmy.
Okay. If you remember a few weeks ago, we treated a topic, mother-in-law. And this topic generated a lot of questions. On that day, we discussed some few things, which I'm going to remind you in a few minutes before we start to treat all the questions that flooded in. And we want to deal with them by the grace of God tonight. And I believe that God will give us the wisdom to be able to answer most of the questions.
Amen.
Okay. And if you still have any question or you have any contribution, don't forget that you can email us on letsbury@plzfm.com. letsbury@plzfm.com. We'll be able to answer your questions if we have time at the end of the show or on another episode. God bless you really good. The last time, Princess, remember when we spoke about mother-in-law, we gave the definition of who a mother-in-law is. We said the mother of
The bride or of the groom.
That's right. So it's as simple as that. But there's so many questions that comes with mother-in-law, and that's why we pick this particular topic so that we can clarify some issues and many things that are going on in the mind of people. We'll be able to throw light at them. We also said that it's a good thing to have a good relationship with your mother-in-law, with your daughter-in-law, with your son-in-law, or all the in-laws to come together and remove the word in-law behind it, and everybody become one family. We said that there was a research that shows that anyone that has that keep contact with the mother and the mother-in-law regularly, their well-being is about 78% good. And if you keep in touch with your with mother only, is 74. And if you keep in contact with your mother-in-law, is 73%. Why don't we go for the best, which is 78%? So we just want to live, and it's common sense that makes us to want to be in good relationship with both mother and mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, and all of us together live a happy family. Okay, and then we also went through the benefit of having your mother-in-law in the house or visiting you, the benefit of having a mother-in-law, because we've had some people say that I don't want to marry somebody that has got a mother. And I don't believe that a man will also say that I don't want to marry a woman that has got a mother, because it's not a good thing to say. If we want to become a mother-in-law as well, we said it's a seed, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
That whatever we sow into the lives of others, we shall reap, even in multiple. God will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
After we had that discussion, we used Naomi as our case study then. Naomi, the mother-in-law of Ruth. And we said that Naomi was just a wonderful woman. If she wasn't good,
there is no way Ruth would have followed her to wherever she was going.
Absolutely. Ruth will not follow her God. You know, some people might be ridiculous and they call themselves Christians as well. So, but if this woman did not show that she was good, Ruth will never say, I want to follow your God. And we also learnt about Naomi that she was not selfish. Even when the disaster happened to her, she still wanted the girls to go and live their life and be happy. So, but only Ruth refused to go because she saw something special about this woman. So we are saying that mother-in-laws, we should not be thinking of our own alone. We should also think about the people that we have adopted into our lives as our daughter or our son-in-law. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay, now, Princess, we have a lot of work to do tonight. Let me start to look at the questions that people have sent in so that we can start to answer them. I don't know which one should we go with first. Okay. This one, I think it came twice, so we can deal with it. The daughter has been unable to conceive for a few years, and the mother-in-law has started treating her badly. What do you say to this?
I guess this is a very common question because we all know that it actually do happen. For the first thing we have to know as a mother-in-law is that is God that blesses with the fruit of the womb.
Mm-hmm.
If God does not say yes to it, there's nothing one can really do.
Mm-hmm.
In the case of a mother-in-law giving problem concerning the fruit of the womb, I think for the wife, firstly, you have to make her understand. If you have gone to see the doctor, that if all is well, you can tell her that, Mom, we've been to the doctor. All is well with me and my husband. All we need from you is to support us in prayers. And let her realize that it's your wish and your husband's wish to have the fruit of the womb, but you are still looking up to God. And instead of the daughter-in-law fighting the mother-in-law, I would advise that just go to God in prayer. Because you really don't need to fight her. I know sometimes it can really be a pain in the neck. The mother-in-law can be a pain in the neck. But as much as possible, try to make her understand that you've been through all the tests that you are supposed to have gone through. And if all is well, if there is a problem, if she's somebody you can confide into, you can let her know. And let her know that maybe you are receiving, you or your husband, because it's not even the problem of the wife. Sometimes the problem comes from the husband. And some mother-in-laws, they don't understand. They just believe that the problem must be from the wife. If my son is good, my son is fine. And sometimes the son is the one that's got problem. I know sometimes you want to keep some secrets. You don't want to share it. You may not want to tell your mother-in-law that, oh, I'm fine, it's your son that's got problem. I know sometimes you don't want to say that, but you should try and let your husband talk to his mom about it. Talk to your mom about it. Let your mom understand what is happening in the family. And as much as possible, try not to fight with your mother-in-law. Try not to fight. Just go to God in prayer, and God will answer your prayer in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much, Princess. You know, I will say the same thing that you have said. The book of Psalm 113, verse 9 says, He maketh the barren woman to keep house and to be a joyful mother of children. Praise ye the Lord. That would be your testimony. I don't know who sent in this question, but focus, divert all your energy to God in prayer and claim the promise of God that He is the one that makes the barren woman to be a mother of children. And that will be your portion. Wherever you are, whoever you may be, that's your portion. Forget about what your mother-in-law is doing for now, because it's just a distraction to your being focused on who is able to give you the fruit of the womb. And I believe that you will share your testimony in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
So I hope that one has answered your questions. Don't worry about it. Just know that this is a form of distraction and God will help you. Talk to your mother-in-law, as Princess said. Talk to your husband, as she said, as she advised. And then focus all your energy on praying and claiming the promises of God. And God will help you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, another one. It says, what to do when the mother-in-law complains you don't give her enough money or allow her son to give her money? Oh my God. What will you say to that, Princess? That's a question. Somebody must be facing that. The mother-in-law have the nerve or the guts to say you are not giving enough money. I don't know what country this has come from. I don't know what environment. I don't know what background. I don't know what setting that this question has come from, that the mother-in-law is complaining that you are not that you are not giving. You are not giving enough money, or you are not allowing her son to give enough money. What do you want to say to that, Princess?
Well, I think it actually depends, because this question shows that you're actually giving, but the expectation of the mother-in-law is more than what you're actually doing. I would advise that you talk to your husband about it. Let the son know this is what is happening. This is what Mama is expecting. She's not happy that maybe what I'm giving her is not enough, or probably what you, as the son, you are giving is not enough. It depends on, it's difficult to satisfy some people sometimes. They may think that you have, and actually you don't have as much as they are thinking. And some people actually do have. Some people actually do have, but they really don't give much. So if in your case you don't have, and your mother-in-law is assuming that you have more than what you are giving her, then try to make her understand. Let her son speak to her about it. Let her son let her know that this is what you people can actually afford. But if really you have it, and you don't think she's actually going out so far, she's actually trying to make trouble, that she actually needs the money, or she needs the money, please do try to help. Do try to help, because we all pray to live long. We all pray to eat the fruit of our labor, and one day you might be in that situation as well. So it depends on your pocket, really. If you have, do give more. But if you don't have, make her understand. You don't have to fight. The truth is that I wouldn't say she really doesn't have the right to ask you for money. I don't think it's actually right for a mother-in-law to be going to the daughter-in-law and be asking for money. But if you have a very good relationship, maybe she might be that free enough to be demanding. But if you don't have, let her understand. Don't fight her. Don't be rude to her.
Thank you so much. I really like that answer. Don't fight, don't be rude. Just explain yourself and leave it at that. Whatever you do is a seed. If you have and you give it to her, is a seed. You are sowing a seed for your future.
Oh, yes.
And if you don't have, you don't feel guilty about anything, just explain to her, this is what you can afford, and God will bless you. I hope that has answered your question. God bless you, real good.
Amen.
Okay, another question. This one is mother-in-law is asking question now. We got a question from mother-in-law.
Okay.
And she says, my daughter-in-law is unable to budget. She spends recklessly. What should I do about this?
That's a good one.
Well,
Firstly, I would advise the mother-in-law to see the daughter-in-law as her daughter. If you see your daughter-in-law as your daughter, you will actually know how to handle it. If you see her as someone says child and as a daughter-in-law, then you might get irritated and be thinking that she's wasteful, she's wasting your son's money. But if you see her as your own daughter, you can call her and advise her. My daughter, I'm not trying to be nosy, but I think by now maybe you and your husband should be saving towards having a property, building a house, maybe buying a nice car, or using the money to invest on something very, very good. You just have to be very logical about it. You don't have to tell her that, oh, you are so wasteful, you are this, you are that. You know, it depends on the way you put things.
That's right.
If you they say respect is reciprocal. You just have to be. If you respect her, she will respect you back. So please, firstly, see your daughter-in-law as your daughter. What you will advise, because your daughter might be doing the same thing in her husband's house, and if she's not doing it, if she's not married yet, she might do it. So if you see her as your daughter, then you call her, treat her as your daughter, advise her, tell her what you think, tell her about what life is all about, what could happen in future, the reason why they should actually save for the raining day. And if as a good child, as a good daughter-in-law, or let's say you're a daughter, she will actually listen to your advice.
Okay, thank you so much. You know, this question, I was just looking at it again. I said, okay, the daughter-in-law is unable to budget. Maybe we don't know too many situations around this family. Maybe it's part of their budget to spend the way she's spending,
which the mother-in-law
doesn't know about.
Yeah, maybe they put some money away.
And you know, from different generations, I do agree with everything that you have said, and that's the right way to deal with the situation. Talk to the daughter-in-law, advise her. They can only advise, you know, our mothers advise us. Everything that we buy now seems we are wasting money.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Definitely.
Because they will just come and say, oh, you don't need this. Why this? Why are you doing this? But when you go back to their generation, they did the same.
They did the same. That's just the
If
truth.
that is not the situation with this particular case, because some people are wasteful, to be sincere, they are really wasteful. Even in this generation, some people are really wasteful. If this daughter-in-law is part of the people that are really wasteful and spend recklessly, buy things that they don't know and they don't need, and they can't even afford it. That's what most people do. They buy things that they can't afford. They put themselves in debt, and the mother-in-law can never be happy about this when she sees it.
Definitely.
So the advice that the princess has given is call her as a daughter, not as a daughter-in-law, and talk to her.
You know, another way of dealing with this is I don't know if the mother stays with them, or maybe she usually visits and she see the way they are spending money. Please, as a mother-in-law, don't say it immediately. Don't say it immediately. If you live with them and you've been watching for a while, you can even tell her a story. You can use a story to advise her. Talk about something maybe that has happened before, or just make it up and just use that to advise her about somebody, maybe a family that were very wasteful in their youthful days, and what happened to them later on in life. You can use that to advise. And if you visit their house and you notice, please don't be too nosy when you go to your children's house. Don't be too nosy. But if you notice that, don't say anything immediately. Still find a way. Maybe later, it might even be a month after, 2 months, 3 months. Start with a story. Just try to be friendly, and then you have to call your husband first, and your son first. Talk to your son about it, and if it's your daughter, still find a way of talking to them. But don't say it immediately. Come to your daughter-in-law's house. You go to the pot, open the pot, and start saying, "Oh, the meat is too big. This is happening." So just use wisdom. Use wisdom to advise, please.
Okay. Another question says, how can I tell my mother-in-law to back off when you are pregnant and she keeps telling you what to do, what not to do, and will not allow you to enjoy yourself and the process of pregnancy?
Well,
God.
from experience, one thing I've noticed, one thing I remember about pregnancy is that, my God, people have different ideas, different views about pregnancy. This one will come and tell you, oh, you are not supposed to be carrying heavy stuff, you are not supposed to be bending down, you are not supposed to do this, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't do this. And sometimes they just care for your well-being.
They are so caring.
They are so caring. And sometimes all these laws that they are giving you really doesn't really apply to pregnancy. You know, it's not something that can really hurt you like that. But they might think that
to protect you.
That's why they are dishing out that advice. So if she's saying it to you, definitely she's saying it because she cares. That's the reason why she's saying it. So please don't get angry with her. Don't get angry with her when she's saying it. Just find a way. Just say it nicely to her. Mama, don't worry. Mommy, I'm going to be fine. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Don't argue. If she says, oh, but I advised you yesterday or the day before, you are still doing it. Okay, don't worry, ma. I will change my ways. Just find it. Just don't fight. Don't be rude to her, please. She's advising you because she cares a lot. That's why.
Absolutely, because there's nothing you will gain at the end of the day.
No, nothing.
If you tell her off, that will create a long-term enmity between the two of you, and things might take long to take shape again.
Very
so
true.
We have to apply wisdom in dealing with one another in this particular situation. Just say thank you, because you remember, as you have said, they are guiding you not because they want you to fail. They want you to be okay.
They just want
so
to protect you.
I hope that person is happy with that question. Okay, let me throw in this big one. This person says, what do you do when you know your mother-in-law is a witch? Oh God, we need more questions here. More questions. And say, how do I know that my mother-in-law is a witch? That they've given her prophecies, revelations, and the way the mother-in-law behave prove that she is a witch. Princess, have you heard something like this before?
Well, I know people say some people say their mother-in-law is a witch. But how do you know a witch? Sometimes, maybe from her character, you say definitely this woman is a witch. Sometimes she's not even a witch. It's just because maybe she's just somebody that is very difficult.
Very difficult.
You know, when you are too difficult, people look at you and say, no, there must be something wrong with this woman. Maybe she's possessed. Maybe she's got witchcraft spirits. Maybe she's got this, she's got that. You must have proof. And to have proof to say somebody is a witch, you must really have proof. And I tell you, it can be difficult. Even spiritually, you might say, okay, maybe a pastor, or someone said, oh, or you saw her in the vision. Sometimes it's even the wrong vision you are seeing, because sometimes you dream about your mother-in-law and say, oh, she's flying, she wanted to harm you in the dream, and it's somebody else that is actually trying to harm you. So it is difficult. It is difficult to. It's a question that you have to approve. I don't know. It's just about prayer. How do you know? How do you know, Jummy?
No, I am sure that you can just pray. If you believe, if you are convinced within you that your mother-in-law is a witch, you are not supposed to run away from a witch.
No.
You just continue to pray and cast out the spirit. Cast it out. Pray in your closet. The power of the enemy will not overcome the power of God. So continue to pray, intercede, and I'm sure that since the time the mother-in-law has been a witch, she hasn't hurt you. And even if she has attempted it, God will continue to reveal to you. So we are not saying that you should just discard it like that, but you can go and weigh the battle in prayer, and God will give you the victory.
Amen.
Okay, let me jump to the next one here. This one is saying that daughter-in-law does not cook for her husband, for her children, and I've said so many things about it, and she still refuses to cook.
That's a big one. I know things like this actually do happen. There are some daughters-in-law or some mothers that they don't cook for their children. They don't cook for their husband. I'm sorry, if you're in that kind of position, you need God in your life. You need to change your ways. Because you got married to a man, you are not cooking for him, you are not cooking for your children. That kind of home is not going to be a very sweet home. For a mother-in-law, if you have a daughter-in-law like that, maybe she doesn't even know how to cook. If in every other way she's very good, and it's just about this cooking problem that is a problem in the home, and she really doesn't know how to cook. Personally, for me, I can teach my daughter-in-law how to cook if she doesn't know how to cook. If she's a good girl and she wants to learn how to cook, I will teach her. And if she thinks cooking is a big deal that she cannot learn, I will encourage her, advise her, tell her the reason why she must cook to keep her home, to make her children healthy, to cook for her children. They can't just be going out, eating out every time. It's not even healthy eating out every time. And it's very wasteful. You waste a lot of money eating out every time. So please, if you are in that kind of shoes, if you don't know how to cook, find someone that can teach you how to cook. Even if you go online now, go on the internet, you can even learn how to cook. There's nothing, it's not a difficult thing at all to do. And for a mother-in-law, if you know your daughter-in-law doesn't know how to cook, try to encourage her. Try to speak to her about it. Try to encourage her.
She says she's encouraged her several times and she's not doing anything about it. I believe this person might just be lazy, or she wasn't brought up cooking, and she just doesn't want to do it.
I think if she has advised her several times, she has talked to her about it. That comes back to we mothers. Some mothers, the way they bring their children up, they don't bring them up properly. I'm sorry to say, because if you have helpers, you have cooks in your house, you have people that are helping, and you leave your daughters, you let them maybe just sit in their bedroom, or they are in the living room watching telly, they are not helping in the kitchen, you did not teach them how to cook, they just set the table for them and they eat. It's going to be a problem for them later on in life. Please, let's try as much as possible to teach our children how to cook. And for this daughter-in-law that doesn't know how to do it, I think the mother-in-law should try to speak to her mom, if her mom is still alive. If her mom is not alive, maybe a family member, maybe a very close friend that can speak to her about it. But firstly, find out about your son's opinion about it. How does he feel about it? Is he happy? Is he really happy? Maybe your son doesn't really mind. Maybe he prefer eating out, or maybe buying all this frozen food and stuff. Find out about it. But I think there's still a way of
it's going to be very dangerous if the man really mind. If you really mind, you are
If the
just
man really mind, then your home for the woman,
your home is at risk.
not secure. It's at risk. It's at risk. Please try to learn how to cook.
I just believe that this one will get across to this particular person. And another question, which was the opposite of what we just discussed. This daughter-in-law is willing to learn. She said she's from a different tribe from the husband, and she doesn't know how to cook their cultural food. And she has asked the mother-in-law to teach her several times, and the mother-in-law refuses. What kind of a thing is that? She said, what can she do?
In that case, that means the mother-in-law doesn't really like her that much. But you know, life is so easy now. There is actually nothing that is
You cannot learn.
You cannot learn. Absolutely nothing. Just Google it, go online, you find everything there. And just experiment it. By the time you do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you will get it right. You will get it right. So it's life is very easy now. So it's not like before that you'll be confused, you don't know what to do. So if you've asked her several times, she doesn't want to teach you, please try go online and
learn it from another source.
Learn it from another
and
source.
that leads me to that another question that says, my mother-in-law compete for the attention of my husband with me. So maybe this particular mother-in-law is feeling insecure. You want to be cooking and showing off that you are the only one that can cook.
So you still keep cooking and be bringing food to your son's house, or maybe you live with them.
As long as the daughter-in-law is willing to learn, I don't see any reason why you should not be proud of teaching.
The truth is that a mother-in-law shouldn't take over her daughter or her son's kitchen.
Yeah, if you are not permitted.
No, if you are not permitted, please don't take over their kitchen. Let them do their cooking. Unless they ask you that, Mama, please, can you help us make this particular soup? And if you notice that the wife or your daughter-in-law or you doesn't know how to do it, please call her, tell her to come around and come and see how you are doing it. Because really, if you live with them or you visit them, don't give them their space, please. Don't take over their house. Don't take over their kitchen. That is not your house. It is not right.
And the one that says the mother-in-law is competing for the attention of the husband with her. What's the meaning of that?
I don't really understand. Yeah, I know some mothers-in-law can be very, very difficult, but I think it's insecurity that causes that.
Absolutely.
If they are not sure of the love that maybe their son have for them, that's why they can do things like that. So in that case, just try and ignore her. Try as much as possible. You see, the bottom line is when we are dealing with our in-laws, we have to have a lot of patience. You have to have a lot of patience. As much as possible, please respect them. Please don't fight them. Please just try to ignore some things. Just look over some things. And with time, because maybe some mother-in-laws just want to create problems. They just want to see your reaction. They want to see what you are going to say about it. But by the time you ignore them the first time, second time, third time, they themselves will have a change of mind. I know that you are not in for their trouble at all.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me just throw this particular case study in the middle before we continue the questions. This particular case study is about a woman, a Christian woman, that her son brought a lady home to marry. And because this woman knows the mother of this lady as one of the occultic people in town, she did not agree for her son to marry this lady, even though this lady was going to church. So at the end of the day, they got married. They've got 4 children. For 20 good years, this woman is still not happy that her son married this particular lady. And this lady has been going to church. She's been practicing Christian, but this mother-in-law is making life a hell for her. I don't know on what basis should we say this particular hatred, or should I call it hatred or wickedness, carried on for 20 good years. And the lady is still there. She's still the wife of the son. She's got 4 kids. She still goes to church. She practices her Christian. And her own mother has not come to disturb their relationship.
This scenario shows that the mother-in-law is actually not a true Christian. She's not a good one. Because for 20 years...
And her basis was that this lady does not come from a Christian background. You see the irony.
And she's been with the son for about 20 years. She must have known the kind of person she is at that time.
Exactly, and change her mind.
Change her mind and know that, oh, she's actually not what I thought she would be. Maybe truly the mom is from a very bad background. She's occultist, she's this, she's that. But because she's now married to your son and she's been there for that long and she's not causing trouble and she's not going her mother's way, for God's sake, you should have forgiven. You should have started treating her as your own daughter, because it will get to a stage that she might not be able to hold it anymore. She might lose her temper with you one day, and she will have all reason. She will be justified if she loses her temper after 20 years. You have to forgive her. You have to let her go. She has actually not offended, really.
Honestly, she hasn't done anything. Yeah.
She hasn't done anything wrong.
Maybe she might have done one or two things that any other person can do, not because of her background, not because of what she was afraid of. She still practiced your religion as you want her. She even practices better than you, the way I can see from this particular story now. She practices more than, because she's got the patience, she's got the humility, she's got the long suffering to bear with you, to stick with her husband, even though you abuse her verbally, you make life difficult for her whenever you are with them, and she can still cope, she can still stand. She demonstrates more Christ-like than the mother-in-law. So please don't let us make ourselves mother-in-law a pain to other people, because you might not find a gentle lady like this lady.
No. She got away with it for that long, because definitely the lady must be one of the good ones. Because if she's not that gentle, 20 years is a long time. She one or two times she must have lost it with you and asked you to maybe even get out of her house. So please don't put yourself in that kind of situation.
And I want to also say that this lady must love her husband seriously.
Definitely.
Because she is only respecting the mother because of the love that she has for her husband. And that will keep her going. And I want to give her credit for that. I want to give her credit for what she's doing, for holding everything together for 20 years. And she will hold it together for longer. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, that's another thing. Another question here says, what are the warning signs that a relationship is breaking down between a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law? Tell me.
I think one of the warning signs is that you will notice that a relationship is breaking is maybe the mother-in-law used to be very friendly with the daughter-in-law, and suddenly she became withdrawn. She just doesn't like maybe talking to her that much anymore. She tries to ignore her. By the time you realize that, probably maybe the daughter-in-law said something that she didn't even realize that she has said something that is wrong, that has really upsetted the woman. If you notice that, please don't let it stay too long. Try as much as possible to find out from her. I've noticed something, man. I hope I've not offended you. Have I said something wrong? Have I done something wrong? Please ask. Don't ignore it for too long, because if you keep ignoring it, then it will keep going. It will keep causing problem in the family. So if your mother-in-law has been very good to you and suddenly you realize that she has withdrawn from you, she's not being nice to you anymore, please try as much as possible to find out what the problem is. And if at the end of the day she was able to voice it out to you, what you've done wrong or what she noticed, explain your part to her and let her understand, so that you can have peace in your marriage.
Okay, I don't think there's anything I want to add to that. That's just communication. When the communication is breaking down, that's warning sign that relationship is breaking down, and you need to talk about it and address the issue. If you are very close before and things are flowing, please don't assume, don't make any assumption. So it's better to discuss about it, talk about it. If you are not comfortable, talk to your husband about it and let everybody discuss the issue and resolve it as quickly as possible, so that it won't generate, it won't, the relationship won't degenerate to the level that you can't repair it again.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Yes, I have another question here that says, my daughter-in-law doesn't want me to see my grandchildren. She doesn't invite me to birthdays and family events, and it hurts me so much. What should I do? How should I approach this?
Well, I think that for his daughter-in-law not to allow the mother-in-law to see the grandchildren, something must have happened between them. They must have had a misunderstanding. You don't think so?
No, not in all cases. Not in all cases.
When you are married, and I think it depends on the kind of relationship you actually have with your son. Talk to your son about it, because I know you have to talk to your son about it. That is there something that I've done that is wrong? Why can't I see my grandchildren? Why are they having their birthday parties and I'm not invited? And listen to your son. Let's see what your son is going to say. Maybe your son might be in support of what the wife is doing. And if your son is not in support of what the wife is doing, I'm sure from his response to you, you will know that he's not in support. And if at the end of the day, things did change, you can actually try to talk to her mother or somebody from her family. I think that's the way I will handle it. I will call and ask her why, and if she still did not change, I will try to talk to her own parents or maybe somebody from her family.
I'm just wondering, is this the only child that the mother-in-law has? Is the husband the only child? Because
even if the husband is not the only child, even if you have 10 children, you want to enjoy your
No, what I'm
grandchildren,
saying is that she should call the others and tell them, why is your brother behaving like this, and the wife, that they don't want me to see my grandchildren, or is every one of them behaving the same way?
I think she should talk to her son first before involving the others. If she discussed with her son first and the wife, and they did not change, then she can involve her other children. If the son is the only child, then
that's the trouble.
That would be trouble.
But we don't know the kind of mother-in-law she is as well. We don't know. So this is not a fool.
Sometimes it might even be the son that says that I don't want my mom to come to my house. Yes, if you are not a good mother,